Some might say it's the most wonderful time of the year. And as far as hiking goes, I gotta say I fully agree with them. Because look at that already. Red skies are blazing. So season's greetings one and all. Only 2 sleeps left until the big day. We have got a Christmas related jam-packed episode today. I'm going to be going through my top 5s. I've got some Christmas munch to try. And I've also got around £300 worth of presents to give away. And we're also tackling the Yorkshire Free Peaks. And that first peak being Pen-y-ghent. And although we have got over 24 miles plus 3 mountains to tackle, luckily I won't be doing the legwork. We've been going for 30 minutes, we're about 1.5 miles in, and I know it's less than 3 miles to the summit of Pen-y-ghent. Now if you're unaware what the Yorkshire Free Peaks consist of, it's the 3 highest peaks in Yorkshire, and that is Pen-y-ghent, Whernside and Ingleborough. Now there is a Yorkshire Free Peaks challenge, and that is to complete all 3 and return back to your starting point within 12 hours. And that's what we're going to be doing today. Which is why I had to set off so early, because if it does take us 12 hours, then we're going to be hiking the last 3 or 4 hours in the dark. I'd say less than 1 mile now till we get to the summit of Pen-y-ghent. We're just getting to the little scrambly section. And as I get to the top of each peak, that's when I'll be giving away a different present. It's a good job Rudolph's a size 10.5, because I've had to lend in my trainers for this hike. It took 1 hour and 5 minutes to get up to the summit of Pen-y-ghent, which is pretty good going for Rudolph, to be fair. So that means it's time for the first present. And this item is something that I take, not necessarily use, but I take with me on every single wild camp. So even if you're just into hiking, not necessarily into camping, then it's still an item I recommend you take. And that is a head torch. And this one specifically is by a company called Sunblesser. So I won't be sending you this one's mine. And to be fair, this is probably an old model by now because I've had it nearly 2 years. So what I will be doing is sending you a brand new, latest model Sunblesser head torch, as well as a Good Bloke Outdoors beanie. That's if you want a beanie. If you don't, that's fair enough. To be honest, I use this head torch just because of how light it is. It's a pretty simple head torch. It's not got the best beam on it, but it does enough for like hiking and camping. If you hold both buttons down at the top, you can actually lock it so that it doesn't turn on by accident while it's in your bag. So please stay tuned towards the back end of the video, because once I've revealed all the presents, I'll tell you the best way about getting your hands on them. But for now, this next section looks far too good to not get a little run on. I think it's time for a little bit of brekkie. So I have got with me none other than, from Tesco, a pigs in blanket sausage roll. It's a little bit dry and a bit hairy through the beard, but I reckon I'll give that 5 out of 10. It's not bad. but I'm probably not going to get another one. You want a bit, Mush? Go on, Mush! So I think that one over there in the distance is Whernside, and then that with the little flat plateau on the top is Ingleborough. Please don't be alarmed, but Santa's moustache may change colour on this clip, so it's worth noting that this section now between Pen-y-ghent and Whernside is actually 11 miles long from peak to peak, so that's quite a bulk of the actual hike. So it's good if you can get a decent pace along this section before you do the 2 final peaks. But obviously don't burn yourself out, because that final little ascent up to Ingleborough is a slog. Obviously it don't look too bad from here. Well, it's not actually that bad. I think it's just because a lot of people that do Ingleborough do it at the end of the Yorkshire Free Peaks. Sections like this, if you can run, do run. Just watch out for the slippy stones, because you don't want to be twisting an ankle out here. Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! The next thing to be released from Santa's sack is some Mr. Kipling festive bakewells. These do look the business. Oh yeah. Although I wasn't sure what quite made them festive. But obviously red and green sprinkles. Instant Christmas transformation. I've had to temporarily shave my beard to eat this, but it will grow back. Wounded! Where's it gone? Oh. Is that it? That's a leaf. Oh, it's there. Can we still eat that? Would you still eat that? How many dogs have pissed on that little section of grass? I don't need reminding about the 5-second rule. Rudolph just told me that his legs are really warm. Absolutely sweating like f*** were the words he used. But I just told him to stop being a f***ing p*** and get on with it. I also told him to watch his f***ing mouth, because this is a family-friendly episode. Right, there's some sheep about, so you behave, Rudolph. Otherwise you're going on a lead. Merry Christmas. I can't remember if I give that festive bakewell a rating, so I think I'll give it, bearing in mind it had been on floor, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Just a little bit dry, so you've got to have a little drinky with them, but it is what it is. Anyway, I think we should get on to the top 5s, and I'm going to start with my top 5 favourite Christmas songs. Ooh, controversial. I've realised I'm not going to be able to give a top 5 in an order, because the top 5 changes every year, let alone the order. But these are just some of my favourite Christmas songs of all time. So we'll start off with a good old classic. They're all classics, but you know what I mean. A good old classic, probably an obvious one, and one that a lot of people will no doubt think the same, and that is none other than the Pogues' Fairy Tale of New York. The bells are ringing out for Christmas Day. We've all heard it, we all love it. They did try ruin it at one point with a dodgy radio edit. You know what it's like these days with this woke nonsense. Anyway, let's not get into that. So the Pogues' Fairy Tale of New York. Then I am going with, bearing in mind, right, I think to qualify to be a good Christmas song, for me, it has to be a good song anyway. Does that make sense? So like, irrelevant to it being a Christmas related song, it has to be a decent tune, which is why I'm going with Slade, Merry Christmas Everybody. I think that's what it's called. I hope so. It's one of my top 5.
So here it is, Merry Christmas.
Slade are sick. So that is a banger of a tune. And that middle 8 in the song is genius. You'll know which bit I mean. Oh, you should do. So that's 2. And then the next one on my list is an absolute banger of a tune. And that is Jose Feliciano, Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad.
What a tune. I was pumping that in Volvo on my ear this morning, getting in the Christmas spirit. And then the next on the list, probably not a lot of people's favourite. Let me just avoid this bog. It's not called that. That's not a Christmas tune. Last I heard. The Waitresses, Christmas Wrapping. And it's a shoddy bit of rapping, but it's a tune. I like that, me. It's a good song. Like I say, I can't expect many people to have it in their top 5. And then coming in at number 1, not number 1 because these aren't in any order, but the last one is Stop the Cavalry. That is a stomper, proper romper stomper banger that. I get down to that every Christmas, can't beat it. When those trumpets come in, you cannot help but tap those feet, and it's one of Rudolph's favourites. So that's my 5 favourite Christmas songs. Let me know yours in the comments. You don't have to put all 5, just put whichever one's your favourite, or whichever one you're feeling at the moment. And speaking of Christmas classics, who's a fan of these? Chocolate coins, eh? Proper staple at Christmas in our house. I've had a pack of these every Christmas for as long as I can remember. Now for me, chocolate coins are nothing other than elite. According to my Strava, I've done 8.3 miles so far. According to the hiking app that I'm using, I've done just under 8. But we are halfway between Pen-y-ghent and the summit of Whernside. Although I have done the National Free Peaks Challenge, I've never actually attempted the Yorkshire Free Peaks Challenge. I've done all the peaks individually. I think I've done Pen-y-ghent 3 times, Ingleborough twice, Whernside just the once, and I have done all 3 consecutively in one trip. But I did do a wild camp on Ingleborough, the 3rd summit, so I didn't technically complete the route until the following day. And on all the previous occasions I've done the hike solo, so it's nice to have a little bit of company. How you getting on, Rudy?
I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas.
Yeah, he's sound, good to go. Sup, dude? Man, that made me jump. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Any second now, as soon as we get round this corner, we should have a good view of Ribble Head Viaduct. Merry Christmas! Cracking view of Ribble Head Viaduct now. And I do believe that is Whernside. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
This gives you opportunity to see them all. So that's Pen-y-ghent, the first one we did. That's Whernside, the one we're heading up. And then that is Ingleborough, the final peak. I have just realised I bought a festive bake on way here from Greg's, and I must have left it in my car. Wounded. I was just about to tuck into that as well. But that brings me on to the next top 5. And that is top 5 Christmas dinner items. And when I say Christmas dinner, I basically just mean a roast dinner. So any Sunday roast. Mine, in no particular order, are roast potatoes, top tier. Roast parsnips, elite. Pigs in blankets, a must have. Stuffing, can't beat stuffing. And then, I'm not sure what to go for with the last one. Applesauce, obviously. I have applesauce literally on every item on the roast. I love applesauce, me. So same again, let me know your favourite items in the comments. You don't have to put 5. Stunning views from up here. And it's the first time I've actually been able to see out. Last time, pure clag. Well, that's Whernside in the bag, peak 2 of 3. According to Strava, we have been going for 4 hours and 42 minutes, and we have done 14.9 miles. And according to my footpath app, I have done exactly 14 miles. So that leaves us with less than 10 miles to go. And another peak complete means another present for you guys. So the second giveaway has been kindly provided by Flextail. Now this is a company that I have been using for quite a while. Both of these two products are products that I have and use. So the first one is a Flextail Tiny Pump 2X. So if you've got a mat, like a Flextail mat or a Thermarest or anything like that, then instead of blowing the mat up or using the pump sack, you just use one of these, turn it on and blow the mat up. It also has a built-in light, if we can see that. Can you see that? Obviously it's light, so it's hard to see. So that's a good tent light. It comes with all different fitments, so this should fit the majority of mats. I'm yet to find a mat that this won't pump up. And then the second item provided by them is the Flextail Zero pillow. And it's not just your average pillow, because it's got a nice fabric pillowcase on it. You'll do well to find a camping pillow that's comfier than this without being heavier than this, if that makes sense. So that is the second giveaway. Same again, wait till the end of the video and I'll show you the best way to enter. And let me just quickly add that obviously whoever wins it won't be getting these exact ones. They'll be getting some brand new ones sent directly from Flextail. Now I don't know about you, but I'm starting to get a little hungry again. So it's time to fill my belly with some of these. 6 all butter pastry mince pies. Rich and decadent. Tesco finest.
You coming to some money or something?
Let's see if I can have this one without dropping it on the floor. Pastry's nice. Not had any filling yet, but it were only a small bite. I wasn't a fan of these until about 2 years ago or something. And since then, I'm loving them. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, don't worry, we've been good boys.
This is where you can gain a bit of time. Downside of Whernside. Just don't slip like that, like I just did. But anyway, this mince pie, I think in general, I'll give them a 7, but these, at least a 7.2. We're about a mile away from Philpin Farm, and the last time I did this route, they had a vending machine there. My bottle's completely empty, and I've got a little bit of Lucozade Sport, literally 100 ml or something. Merry Christmas.
To you too.
Merry Christmas. That there is the farm with the vending machine. Oi, oi, oi. And the last time I were here, it definitely wasn't cashish only. It took card. So hopefully it's still the same. I have got my water filter, if not, I'll better get some water from the stream. Or I'll just drink out of cow's trough. Slow children and animals. It's a bit rude. Oh yes. I nearly messed up big time then, man. I got a bit giddy with drinks. I ordered 3 different drinks. And instead of taking them out one at a time, I let them all pile up. And then I couldn't open the door, you know, bottom, to get them out. But I've managed it somehow. Right, let's get sorted out for this last mountain. We've got the last little bit of Lucasade spot. Finish that. Get it in the bag. Then I think I'll fill that up with that. And then I'll carry this one, which I have just dropped in mud, so I'm expecting it to fizz all over, but we'll see. Nah, we're alright. We're all good. Beautiful. Beautiful. Right, let's crack on. Merry Christmas.
I'm really impressed when I thought you'd walked it, but I see someone's giving you a lift. So.
Are you doing it for charity or anything?
Just doing it for YouTube.
Ah, right.
YouTube Christmas special, 1615 AD. Old Hill Inn. That's been about a bit. I think we are about to see our first sign for Ingleborough. So 2.5 miles to the summit. And there she is. I was going to have a break back at that farm and sit down for a bit, but I don't feel tired, so what's the point? Might as well just crack on and get it done whilst we can see the big boy in sight, Ingleborough. It's not even been that long since I was last up there. Well, it's been a couple of months or something, when I took my Hilleberg Keron 4 GT up there for the first time. Right, I think it's time to do another, let me just pull this down a little bit. Sorry man, I'm getting a mouthful of fluff when I'm talking. It's time to do the final top 5. And this time we are going for the top 5 Christmas films. I don't really know that many Christmas films, to be honest. Well, I know of them, but I've not really seen too many. So my list may not include some of the classics that you might think it will, because I've probably not seen them. So I will go for The Grinch, the Jim Carrey one. Then I will go for Friday After Next. Technically, it is a Christmas film. I'm gonna say it's quite tough because I'm struggling to think of them. Muppets Christmas Carol. That's a bit of me, is that. Disney classic. Watched that many a times growing up. And I actually watched it last year with family. And then the final two for me speak for himself. And that is Home Alone and Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. I genuinely don't think I've had a Christmas for as long as I can remember where I haven't watched at least one of those Home Alone films. I've never seen the other ones though. There's like 3, 4, probably 5. But that's because all dudes have changed, man. So it's not the same when that happens.
So what are you doing up here? Have you lost your way?
I have. I've had a couple people that have spotted me and taken photos, and I'm like, just don't tag me in them until tonight because I want the video to go live first. Oh, and don't forget, get your Christmas films in the comments as well. If there's any that I really need to watch, get them in the comments. Is there some that I'm missing out on? I know there's a few more, can I say, modern classics that I need to watch, but because I've been a bit older when they've come out, I've just not got around to watching them. It's now 1:20, so I think it's time to get a bit of dinner on. So I've gone for a turkey and trimmings sandwich. Sage and onion stuffing with tender turkey breast. This better not be dry, because every other thing that I've tried so far has been nice, but it's been dry. Here we go, we've got all deets on back. Tasted malted bread packed with tender turkey breast, sausage, sage and onion stuffing and sweet cure bacon. Gloriously layered with mayo and cranberry sauce. Sarnies don't get more festive than this. Right, I'm going in, first taste test. Well, at least it's not dry, that's a bonus. There's plenty of sauce kicking about in there. Although I think they've been a little bit stingy with the cranberry sauce, to be honest, because I'm not tasting it. A little bit then on that sausage. So I'm going to give this a steady 7 out of 10. It's not bad. I rarely buy sarnies from like the supermarket and that, but as far as sarnies go, decent. Up until this point, Ingleborough is just a slow, steady, gradual ascent. And then you get to this. This is by far the hardest section. Going up there, and then along the top to the summit. I can just about make out the summit cross wind shelter thingy, whatever it is. Boom shanker, 3 of 3. But now we just got to get back down. A little Strava update, we have done 20.38 miles in 7 hours and 7 minutes. Another peak complete means another present for one of you guys. So the final present is gonna be this rucksack, the Berghaus Free Flow 30 plus 5. So it's a 35 litre backpack. And these are still retailing on Berghaus's website for 100. Whoa! Start that again. And these are retailing on Berghaus's website for £180. Now, I wouldn't necessarily class it as a full-on wild camping backpack or rucksack just because it's only 35 litres. Although my lightweight, super light bag that I use, or ultra light, whatever you want to call it, that is 35 litres as well. And I managed to get multi-day trips into that. But for the average person, for the average kit, I'd say it's more of a summer wild camping bag. Or if you're just into doing day hikes like this that I'm doing today, or if you're wanting to do some proper like mountain winter hikes, then it's got places to put your ice axe and stuff like that. It's got the loops on the bottom, and with it being Berghaus, the quality is bang on, as you'd expect for 180 quid. So it will be this actual bag As I'm sure you've seen if you're a regular, you won't have seen me use this much on the channel, if at all. I've never done an overnighter with it. In fact, today is by far the longest I've used it for. So it's been out for like 21 mile plus another 4 or whatever it is. Either way, it's pristine condition, unless I've muckied it today. I just don't have that much use for it because I could have brought another bag for today. So instead of it just being sat there, going to waste, I'd rather one of you guys have it. And if you win it, then fair play. And even if you don't win it, just sell it. You can whack it on eBay. I'm not bothered. Just as long as it eventually goes to someone that's actually going to use it and not just leave it sat on shelf at home. So we've got the Sun Blesser head torch plus a beanie. That's one. Then we've got the Flextail Tiny Pump 2X plus the Flextail Zero Pillow. That's another. And then we've got the Berghaus Free Flow 30+5 backpack rucksack, whatever you want to call it. That's the third. And any eagle-eyed viewers will know I've just come wrong way. I started heading back down the path I was walking up, which you are supposed to do. But then I didn't turn right when I was supposed to turn right. Lovely jubbly. From what I've been reading, to stay within the YouTube guidelines and all that tackle, it's best to run the competition away from YouTube. So all I'm going to ask people to do to enter is to head over to my Instagram at Good Bloke Outdoors. I will post a photo tonight, which should go live just after this video's finished. And then depending on which items you're after, I want you to comment Pen-y-ghent, Whernside, Ingleborough. Now, if you only want the head torch, then just comment Pen-y-ghent. If you only want the Flextail pump or pillow, comment Whernside. If you want to be in for this bag, then comment Ingleborough. But I am happy for you to enter for all of them. And if somehow one person wins 2 items, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. But somehow I doubt that will happen. It won't happen. But you can enter for more than one, but just write it down in a separate comment. So write a comment Ingleborough, write a separate comment Whernside, etc. And that's how I know you've entered. So if you haven't got an Instagram account, you'll be able to create one within 5 minutes. Just head over there. I know not everybody has Instagram, but the problem with YouTube is there is a lot of scammers which will be in the comments. So when people are entering, they'll be instantly sending you to stupid links and all that stuff. Do not click on any link unless it's a pinned comment that I've wrote my account. Click on it first and double check. If not, never click on any link in my comments, because there is a few bots and spam accounts that are flying about. I do try to get them early and nip them in bud and delete them as quick as I can, but I do see the odd one every now and then. So that's Instagram at Good Bloke Outdoors. Make sure you're following me as well. That would be a Brucey bonus if you could do that. I would appreciate it. And then as far as the draw goes, what date are we on now? Monday 23rd. So I will run it until, should we just say New Year's Day? Or we'll run it till New Year's Eve, and then I will reveal the winners on New Year's Day. Does that sound alright to you? And then I might even go live to reveal the winner. We'll see what the crack is on New Year's Day. And I hope you all have a cracking Christmas, by the way. Whatever you're doing, whoever you're with, even if you're on your own, it's all good. It is what it is. You just got to make the most of it and enjoy it the best you can. Maybe you don't even like Christmas. It's just another day, innit, really? And don't be feeling pressured into spending crazy amounts on your loved ones and your friends or whatever. Same goes for parents as well. When people upload photos on Facebook with a million presents under the tree and that, I get it. I know you're proud to be able to buy all that stuff, and that's fair enough. But obviously there will be some people that won't be quite as fortunate. But anyway, less of all that, man. Got a little bit deep, that, didn't it? But just so you know, if you are on your own, anyone wants to chat, just drop me a message anytime. Over on Instagram is probably the best. and I'm happy to chat to any of you, Christmas Day or not. But what I do know is I slowed right down chatting to the camera for the last hour or so. So it's time to get a little jog on. Make sure we finish this while it's still light, although I'm sure we will. We have got plenty of time, and the paths are being kind to us right now. These nice little paving slabs, they are beauties. We're now on a little wooden section, and you got to be careful with these as well. Not only are they slippy, but there's also broken ones. I've always said that you know it's been a successful hike when your chocolate Santa has stayed intact. Oh, that was rock hard, man. Nearly took me too far. I love this section back down to Horton in Ribblesdale with all the limestone on the walls. Think how long it had taken to put them walls together. We have got some disgusting muddy paths to navigate on this last section, but we're less than 2.5 miles away from car now, so all is good. But yeah man, it's been a decent stroll. So after tomorrow's shenanigans, then I'll be able to relax for a couple days, enjoy my Christmas dinner. How are you finding it, Rudolph?
I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas.
Yeah, he's sound as a pound. Awfully deep voice on it, but he's getting on a bit. This chocolate Santa, I would easily give it a 9.2. Definitely. I love cheap chocolate, me. You know, like advent calendar chocolate. And I don't mean like a dairy milk one or something. I mean like a proper, like cheap chocolate. To say I'm not the biggest chocolate fan, like I wouldn't just go to the shop and buy a bar of chocolate or out like that. But cheap chocolate, man. Can't beat it. In the distance you can see Pen-y-ghent, where we were this morning. Am I tripping me, or is that new? I'm sure I had to cross the railway tracks last time I did this. Looks like they've built a bridge. Sick. Nice swanky bridge. And this is my diversion. Look left, look right. There she is, the Volvo, the sweet Volvo. Just realised I hadn't even pressed stop on my Strava. Let's have a look what we're dealing with. So 8 hours 56 minutes 22 seconds, that's not bad. 2.88 average speed. That could be better, but obviously when you stop and you're messing about in your bag, ordering stuff from vending machines, etc., that'll bring that average speed right down. And we've done 25.73 miles. Finish. Save that afternoon hike, we'll call it. Now my Strava, a lot of people ask me for it, but it's private, and that's because I do a lot of hikes directly from my house. I know you can set it so that it cuts out the first mile or whatever, but I'm literally not following anyone on there or like that. It's just for my personal records, if that makes sense. So anyway, the Yorkshire Free Peaks, completed it. Rudolph did well. I'm feeling fine. Feet are feeling fine. Well, my feet are feeling perfect. Rudolph's feet are feeling fine. No blisters, not like that. We can go home uninjured and enjoy a nice Christmas. So for the 4th entry, I'll be giving away another beanie. So you want to head to that same Instagram post and just type in merch, and then you'll have entered. And that's for those that have stayed till the end. Right, have a good Christmas. Thanks for watching. Like the video, drop a comment, hit subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Laters. Peace out in a bit. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. Bloody steak bake, man. Can't believe I forgot that.